Okay, so today we're going to talk about white guilt. Now, if you're on Twitter, any type of media, it doesn't even matter if it's Fox, whoever, you're going to constantly hear, white people should not feel guilty. Number one, who is telling you to feel guilty? A feeling is a emotion, so that's coming naturally. Why do you feel guilty? Okay, that little voice that's making you feel that way, that's because you're wrong. And you know that you're wrong. You know, white people, I'm not being racist, but you're white. White people are solely responsible for the downward of foundational black Americans from slavery up to now. And it's evident. It's written all over the place. It's in the documentaries, but what happens is in America is about every generation, every 10 years or so, there's a whole new group of people that come to America to join the membership of being white. So, they don't want to hear about what these people are owed. All they know is they want their benefits and they want their opportunities that they seen generations before them get. So when they come to America, that's what it's all about. It's about free shit and benefits for foreigners that come to America, and someday, hopefully, they can be ultimately white. So in order for them to continue to join this white membership in America, they have to keep up the white supremacist ideologies. See, that's a membership. Okay? The first immigrants that get here, they go through a lot to become white. They got to understand how things are, but they teach their kids. So this is why white supremacy just keeps going on and on and on. That's why you hear names like Fuentes. You starting to hear Hispanic names. See, I told you I spanned over 2 generations. Okay? I'm over 2 generations. I've been here, I've seen it. So all those names were not in positions of power. The people names that were in position of power when I was young, they had the same last names I had because they were white people. I'm talking about the Johnsons, the Jacksons, the Smiths, those names, those regular American white names that majority of foundational black Americans carry were in position of power. Now they had moved up the chain ladder because the foreigners, that came to America are now that white status. So when you start looking at who's the managers, who are the directors, they all have last names you cannot pronounce. And so white guilt means forget those niggas or those Negro, fuck them, whatever, those blacks. That's how you know most of these people that you see on Twitter when they say blacks. Like those are foreigners, okay? Those are white foreigners from Canada and Great Britain or whatever. Their country's already screwed up and fucked up, and they fucked it up themselves. You understand what I'm saying? But in America, the pride and joy was the Negro. That was the gold and the jewels of the land. That's why people came here. They wanted to be entertained. They wanted to speak the lingo, have the dress, of foundational black Americans. Not tethers. And definitely not raccoons. Okay? So white guilt is basically the Lord tapping them on their shoulder to tell them, you fucking up. You fucking. But they're going to continue to say, do not have guilt. See, that's what Charlie Kirk and all that shit was about. Don't have guilt. Fuck them niggas. Keep them on the bottom. While you sit here at the bottom looking up like this and saying, hey, Y'all doing this wrong over here. Y'all bringing in foreigners. Y'all bringing in people to undermine us. Hey, look what's going on down here. I'm talking about the regular black man. See, what media wants to do is subject us all to a thug on TV. Right, and so that's their sounding board. That's what they beat on all day. That's what all the laws and all this white guilt and they being attacked. Now, regular foundational black Americans are not out here attacking anybody because they got to work. Okay, they got to keep a job. Okay, they got to pass background checks. Okay, nobody got time to be sitting out here trying to set up some white people. They're white because those are the people that are saying white lives matter. Don't have white guilt. What they saying is don't give them shit. Fuck that reparations. Listen, it ain't even about the reparations. We can have tangibles. Do you understand what I'm saying? Tangibles, meaning things, programs, whatever it takes to bring an upper leg to the foundational black American so he can get back on stride. You see our cities just continue to spiral. And who's in charge? Black politicians. But what are they? Most of them are tethers and coons. And what you have to remember is that divine nine that come through that, it's all about elevation. It's not about doing right. It's about doing your time. And someday getting your opportunity to be the governor. Someday getting your... See that little skinny big head motherfucker over there in Baltimore and shit. One day he wants to be governor of Maryland. You see? So he has to tap dance around. Don't do nothing for all the Negroes that's sitting around there. Foundational black Americans. Fuck them. I got mine. They can get theirs too. They all have opportunities. See, they don't care about the people. All they care about is self. So you as a people, at least with white politicians, they have to sell it. Don't be guilty. Don't be guilty. We don't need to hear about their history. We don't care if they were slaves. That's not our problem. That's what they're doing now. See, remember they did immigration. We didn't do immigration. And then these same white people, the reason why they know, another reason why they're guilty, because they know all the lies that they spew. Nobody's attacking them. Crime is crime. Guess what? I live in a city. There's certain places in the city that I am not going to go. Most likely, I might get robbed. But it doesn't mean that you can come over here and walk through that same alley and think you're not supposed to get robbed. And then when you get robbed, you say your black people are attacking you. You're not addressing the problem, which is the crime. These people are so disingenuous. Okay? And you white people out there, the good white people out there, you sit here and you watch this shit and you don't say nothing. And then you switch on one side, because you're white, you enjoy the privileges, and then you switch back on the other side. And then you say, I like the rap music. I mean, I like LeBron James. See what I'm saying? I like Shaquille O'Neal. I like those black people, you see? Right. Because that's what the guilt is about. Who's telling them to feel guilty? They just feel that. So they feel the need to say it. Don't have white guilt. Don't listen to it. We don't have to worry about it. This is what's happening. But meanwhile, their lives are unfulfilled because they're doing the deeds of the devil. Because your guilt is telling you something's not right. That's what guilt is. Something's not right. I mean, guilt don't necessarily mean I murdered someone. Doesn't necessarily mean I committed the crime. It's the guilt that I know better. I know better. But I'm choosing. Cognitive dissonance. I'm choosing to, no matter what the facts are, I'm going to still make up these charts about per capita. I'm still gonna just merge all the Africans and all the people together and just say blacks, knowing damn well they not together. These are disingenuous individuals, white supremacists. I don't have no pity for a white supremacist. Why should I have pity for if they die? Black people die every day. They out here half mast for Charlie Kirk. What? He didn't even serve in the. Did he serve in the military? Did he serve office? What did he do? He had an ideology that they want to sell, how they want white people to be now. We ain't gonna worry about that nigga shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Kids, let them keep killing each other. Meanwhile, you got people like Brandon Johnson who go around and use rhetoric when it's convenient as if he's standing up for the people, black people. Meanwhile, he's standing up for foreigners. See? And that white guilt also is because what they're doing is they're creating anything that's not about them is the left. So all the alternative people, all the bank robbers, all the trans, all this, anybody they deem scum of the earth and the Negroes, we're gonna throw their ass over there. They the left. See? And then what you start doing is you start creating policies that subjugate certain people because they're foundational black Americans. And then you have actual Africans that come here from another country. Some of them come from shitholes, dishonorable countries. And they'll come here and run for a governor and say that they will remove Black History Month. Like, what is it to you that in 30 days that black people are learning about black people from slavery to now? Oh, what is it? You're mad about Juneteenth. That's the true day that slavery ended in America. Because they remember that there was still niggas out in the field still working after Abraham Lincoln said it was over. That's the true day that foundational black Americans were free from slavery. But then you hear Officer Tatum's, these niggas out here, they don't care about no Juneteenth. You know why? Because they're all tethers and raccoons. They're all tethers. They don't care. They don't care about our history. Do you understand what I'm saying? Think about if you had to go over to a place like Africa, okay? And I'm talking about foundational black American. You go over to Africa and you have to live there, right? And then suddenly you start talking about the people. What they doing over here? Why this like this? Don't you know they will take you out that night? They will take you out back somewhere and no one will ever hear from you. They just say, we don't know. He just disappeared. But you come here and you don't know the history from slavery to now for foundational black Americans, but you come over here and then you're judgmental. This is where all the guilt come from, because God's putting that on you. God's giving you a warning. And you know what you're doing? You know what you're doing? You're mad at me because I'm telling you. Because you couldn't figure it out for yourself. So you mad at me. After this video, I'm going to get so many N-words, so many this, so many that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no money in this. This is not popular conversation. Ain't nobody else going to talk about it. Your politician ain't going to talk about it. Your athlete not going to talk about it. Ain't nobody going to say anything about it. They're just going to continue business as usual while regular foundational black Americans, law-abiding citizens, are out here working every day. They're looking at the degeneracy of rap, things that are created by monetization. Okay, people are paid to act like a motherfucking fool. You see what I'm saying? They're paid to do that. In turn, what does it do? Influence other kids who don't have proper proper standards around them, such as parents. And you see this going on. And instead of you changing it, you want to be concerned about, dogs. You want to be concerned about animals. I love animals, but people should come first. And that's why I say, hey, it's coming to a time where white people they're just not trusted to be in charge of anything. Look what's going on. You got Louisiana state troopers creating mess, and people killing themselves off because of the guilt, accusations. I mean, they don't care. They just saying the media doesn't care. They just say whatever they want to say. You see it, I see it. That's where all this comes from, because we see it. We looking right at it. It's everyday working people that got jobs, that pay a mortgage, that pay rent, that pay insurance, car insurance. You know, they keep a little money in their bank. You know what I'm saying? They take care of their kids. You know what I'm saying? And they're not thugs. They're not criminals. These are regular people, and they live in the hood because that's what's affordable to them. Okay, so this is where the guilt comes from. This is where it comes from, knowing that there's a problem and you support not addressing it. This is why things are happening to people out here. You know what I'm saying? You see, I know some of you think there's not a God. You think you running shit, don't you? You think you running shit, don't you? Let me tell you something, though. Hey, my father ain't a game. So you can keep playing around. You can keep saying all that little stuff you're saying on the internet about, civil wars or whatever. If you've never been to a war, you shouldn't talk about civil war. If you've never been to a war, you shouldn't have no conversation about it until you've been to one. You should be the last one to talk about a war if you've never been, especially if you've never been to a war. Because people that's been to war, now, there are exceptions, and some people, they love that shit. I mean, they just keep going back to it. But there's some people, they don't want that. They want peace, bro. Peace. And white guilt is not giving white supremacists, I'll say white supremacists, right? I'm not going to say all white people. But once again, I keep saying you regular white people, good-hearted white people, some of y'all ain't shit either, because you sit right there, you see it happen, and you take advantage of the benefits, but you say nothing. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to stay on it too much, but I was thinking about this, and I felt like talking about it today. Why is there white guilt? You hear black people saying black guilt? You don't hear no black person talk about black guilt. There's no reason for us to feel guilty. But the ones that are saying, they're trying to program you. Don't think about white guilt. Just continue to move forward. See, that's the Civil War. You see what I'm saying? That's going on, because then you have on the other side, you have, I don't know, they call it Antifa. I have no idea. But when you look on TV, you see white people that are fucking shit up. And they're just calling it Antifa. See, this is brainwashing. They're telling us it's Antifa. What the fuck is Antifa? They're telling us it's the Democrats. No, they're white people, okay, that are tired of the bullshit. And the only way to get rid of that guilt is to do something about it. You keep, Charlie Kirk gets killed and people start fucking with black people. They're going down to HBCUs and there are even governors of states, not governors of states, but politicians in states that are pushing for policies or legislation that there be a Charlie Kirk Street named on every college campus. Whether it be HBCU, as long as it's getting funding by the state, they have to have a Charlie Kirk Street. Now, you saw Charlie Kirk, they say all that racist shit, right? And then the president got him over to the White House. It's just like, God damn, bro. That's why black people don't get involved in none of your shit. That's why we sit here and we just look, because it's not about us. Damn, air conditioning was, the deportation, all that shit ain't about us, man. It's not our problem. People get locked up. Listen, if you have a felony, and you are wanted by the law, you got to take that. That's yours. So that don't have anything to do about foundational black Americans that are they're getting deported. No, there are people that have warrants for arrest, You gotta get it out of the way. You gotta handle your business. And then don't put yourself in that situation the next time. So I'm talking to foundational Black Americans, and I'm talking to you about white guilt and why they feel guilty. They feel guilty because they know that the system is wrong. They know. And when you keep hearing that person say, don't worry about the racism. Don't worry that they don't have no jobs. Don't worry, give it to the foreigners. So they're telling other white people to not feel guilty about the shit that's fucking going on. They feel guilty. We're not telling you to feel guilty. Ain't nobody fucking looking at you with no sore eyes and shit, hoping you feel guilty. You feel guilty because you know you wrong. And you know that is why shit is happening to the white community now. See, when you see everything that starts with us, it just spills over. Did the poor whites in the trailer park still, damn niggas, and I don't understand, bro. I really don't. Like, they don't understand that your people are causing the problems to you, not black people. We just somebody for you to take it out on. You know why? Because I'm gonna tell you why. Here go another reason too. When black people are in poverty, the two things they know is to have a clean ass, some clean clothes, clean shoes, have your ride, and pretty much, and a female, you know what I'm saying? Those things and some money, you know what I'm saying? All those things are essential, right? So we don't have to live in a castle and look nice and smell good. You see, we don't have to. And so because when they see us like that, they want us to fit. We are supposed to be walk around with our heads down. That's not how we grew up. We are the children of chattel slavery in America. We are the children of struggle. Can't fade this. None of that shit fade us. Especially if you went to a public school in your city. You done met every adversity before you graduate high school. I'm going to say it again. You have met every adversity before you graduate high school. I say 90% because it's always an exception. You have had to maneuver through your communities or through the bad parts to get where you had to go. You have had to be on guard. It's not about you. I mean, it is what it is. That's how you survive. That's how you made it. And because of that pressure, it creates almost a goddamn superhuman. All your senses are working. You gotta look. You gotta listen. You looking behind. You look. Hey. makes you basically a superhuman. But when you're living out in the woods and you gotta find shit to do, shoot deer or whatever it is that you do, respectfully. But it's all gotta come down to white guilt, man, and why they feel guilty. But that's their problem, foundational Black America, not yours. Your job is not to take in their guilt. Because see, you have some black people out here that always feel like they got to make them feel comfortable. If they're not making them feel comfortable, then there's something wrong. But you learn over time, like we're learning now. With all the blatant racism and all the, the Charlie Kirkism that's going on. And, just people saying things. And your FBI and your president says nothing. They even have Elon Musk coming through the White House doing what he want to do. You see what I'm saying? Just them. Just them all day. It don't have nothing to do with us. So brothers and sisters, just keep doing what you've been doing. Minding your business. Paying your bills. Trying to save some money. I'm talking to the average nigga. I'm not talking to, motherfuckers that that choose to live life of just running and stressing out all the time and just arguments. See, that's how because they grew up in toxic households. But see, that's on board. That's everywhere though. You see what I'm saying? Every group have toxic households. But our media in America, who betrays us all the time, continues to spew that it's just us. And that's why every other day they're having mass shootings. Pedophilia is on the rise. And no one can find the kids. This is what I don't understand. We can find black people doing crimes on satellites. I mean, you know what I'm saying? When they go to arrest a black person, they got the truck. They show everything. The news footage. They show them getting walked out. They give you the first name, last name. They take the camera in front of the home. But when it's people, white people, no such thing. We gotta wait weeks before we get some kind of information on what's going on. There are black people being hung across America right now. That's why they have white guilt. Because they know this shit's fucked up. They know every time they look on the papers, they know every time when they look at the news, and they know that they're the most people that do the crime in America. They know that they are a felonious group of people, man. I'm telling you, nefarious. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, like, they're always doing some shit they ain't supposed to be doing. I'm telling you. I've had the opportunity to be among them. I'm trying to tell you, I have had the opportunities to be in situations where it's just me. And I'm like a fly on the wall. And see, and when it's just one or two of you, they forget you there and they act normal. And then you listen, you just watch. You ain't gotta say shit. But I'm going to leave it at that. This is Black Views, bringing you the black news. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends. Share with another foundational black American. Tell me if anything I'm saying, look at my body of work. If anything I'm saying is incorrect. Peace out.